Welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 9th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to this channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol on the desktop version of YouTube. This week begins with Mercury, the planet of thinking and expression, moving into the sign of Sagittarius. It arrives here after a very long journey through the sign of Scorpio, one which began on the 3rd of October. This has been a time of deeper intensity around the way we connect with others, particularly when the retrograde was in motion. And of course, it only came out of shadow on the 7th, late last week. So there may be something that's finally unravelled to our satisfaction, particularly around an agreement or something that's being discussed very carefully. And of course we have the Sun in the sign of Sagittarius too. So this brings a freer, lighter vibe to bear, perfect for the seasonal festivities which are now beginning to heat up. The Sun's also forging all through this week a terrific semi-sextile with Pluto. So we have the opportunity to be more adventurous, more outgoing, and perhaps more independent-minded, but also can see how our actions, by being more free-spirited, can actually work out in a more tangible way with Pluto's help. Now, at the very start of this week, on Monday and Tuesday, Venus is forging a beautiful link with Mars, one which is very much to do with attraction. But for the core of this week, Venus is combining in a conjunction with Saturn, and these two is not a lightweight combination. In fact, it could be a bit of a touch and go moment for certain involvements. If a relationship has been bumping along the bottom, whether it's a business tie, a friendship, maybe there have been strains within the family, or it is more in a personal involvement, I think this can be a time to think very carefully about the arrangement. Ironically, there is a tremendous link this week between Jupiter and Uranus still, and that's very spontaneous and can be very positive for marshalling our resources in a more inventive but also progressive way. It doesn't mean to say that we should be ultra risk-taking, but at the same time it does suggest we should be open-minded, but particularly where we can see some tangible benefits accruing. Now, Thursday sees a full moon in the sign of Gemini, one which is forging a quincunx with both Saturn and Venus. I think basically this is just saying to us that when we're talking things through, particularly around a relationship issue, it is going to be important to stay both in touch with the more sensitive side of things, but also the more practical side of things. Also, Mars all through this week is forging a gorgeous angle to Neptune. And if ever there was a time to try to enter into the Christmas spirit, especially in terms of forgiveness or compassion, then this aspect will certainly be an asset. But as the week draws to a close, there is on Friday through to Sunday a fantastic link between Saturn and Mars. If we think about Saturn being about structure and Mars being about moving forwards, we could move forwards in a way which can really be quite tangible, and that can be a very satisfying end to this week. Your specific forecast, Taurus, suggests the truth of a situation can really crystallise for you this week, and it could be around a relationship. This is because your ruling planet Venus is connecting with the stern energies of Saturn. It's possible that you may have a heart-to-heart where both you and the other person can really say how you feel, or is someone going to be ultra cool? You're not going to get the warmth and the simpatico that you've been used to in the past. Ironically, your ruler forges a brilliant angle to Mars early in the week, and if you are single, the conjunction between Venus and Saturn could point towards a meeting with someone you can take more seriously. So it's one of those aspects, Venus conjunct Saturn, which could be very positive or more challenging. Now Mars continues in your sector of relating, which is a wonderful position for it, and it is forging a beautiful alliance with Neptune. Whatever you decide about a relationship, it's your instincts that can guide you best of all. But with Uranus in your sign linking brilliantly with Jupiter, some kind of a spontaneous connection or breakout or light bulb moment can actually light up this week brilliantly. But when it comes to marshalling your longer term resources, it is true that the full moon, which occurs on Thursday, and the arrival of Mercury into the sign of Sagittarius on Monday just cautions you to try to stay within the Christmas budget that you've set yourself, because I think if you do go beyond this, particularly in a bit more of an impulsive way, it could be something that after the event you may feel that you've been a little bit more conservative in your approach. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to go beyond your zodiac sign and discover what 2020 will hold for you based on your personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, please see the link beneath this video. You can get the rest of this year free and 30% off. But for now, good luck and goodbye.